Welcome back, guys. My name's Kevil, and I am sick right now, so hopefully I don't sound too terrible on the mic. But we have an update for Palworld, and it is time to cover everything. As you can see, I have double saves for 2 of my plays, and that's because I just backed up my guide series. So this one here is going to be completely normal settings, as you can see here, and then this one is my modded settings where I kind of have things changed. And the point of this, the reason I'm doing this, is if we go to this one and we start game, I am finally going to remove armor stacking. So you guys can stop complaining about the flashing armor for the videos. But I wanted to keep a backup of the flashing armors just because I still think it's funny to keep that bug as long as I can. We are going to go ahead and remove this from my head. I'm going to keep the glider there, though. You can suck it when it comes to that. The glider is staying there until that durability hits 0. So, starting at the top, they implemented a new raid boss, the first raid boss. And this is something that you summon using slabs at the new summoning altar, which I believe is something that we're going to find in our tech tree. So, if we scroll down, we've got an ore mining site. I didn't even see that in the patch notes. And then we have the Ring of Mercy, which I'm really excited to talk about. And then the... Why is the antique dresser now over here? Interesting. And there's the summoning altar. So I can go ahead, and I'm going to need to get one more ancient tech point before I can do this. So the new raid can be unlocked at level 33. And I'm not sure how difficult it is. You probably are going to be wanting to be a higher level than 33, but that's when it first becomes accessible. So we will go ahead and unlock that, and it just costs stone and palladium to build. So let's find a spot to put this down. Yeah. And there it is, all built. I like it, it's cool. So if we open it, it requires a PAL slab. So the PAL slab doesn't appear to be something that we make, at least not in the product assembly line 2. I'm not seeing it anywhere. So the raid boss is planned to be the last thing I do in the video, so no spoilers for that unless you watch the full video. Raid boss pals summoned by slabs are very powerful and cannot be captured. Work alongside your base pals to take on these powerful foes. Pal eggs drop after defeating the raid boss. There's an extreme version of the raid boss, which is incredibly powerful and difficult to defeat. New training manuals have been added to the game. I got one out of a random blue chest, and it will give XP to any pal that you use it on. There's a new dungeon item that you can get in dungeon chests. I'm going to assume the 2 chests after you defeat the boss, and it has a chance to drop the ancient tech manual, which will give you tech points of the ancient variety. So, you know, we have the normal tech manuals for getting extra of these points, because once you hit level 50, there's still a lot of stuff that you haven't unlocked. Now there's going to be ancient tech points, because they added all of these new tech items, ancient tech items, that you probably can't get all of them if you just defeat all the bosses. Next, there's this new item called the Homeward Thundercloud, and this can be obtained by defeating some dazies to get their cloud as a drop, electric organs, and ancient civ parts. And this will be a teleport to the nearest base. So if you're really far away and you just want to quickly get back without flying and walking, then you use this item, boom, you're at a fast travel point. 3 new meds have been added, and these are for the player. These will give you a heal over time effect, and they come in 3 varieties. They require the new item called Cave Mushrooms, which so far I have found near bosses that are found in caves. A new lighting effect has been added when you approach a sanctuary. It becomes very red outside, which is kind of interesting. It becomes red and darker. So I just went around sanctuary number 3. I got 6 Bellanoir slab fragments. Hopefully that's going to be enough to spawn her. I got 7 high-grade tech manuals. I got the new training manual L, the ancient tech manual. I did get 2 of those, so that's 2 ancient tech points just for going around and collecting some chests. I was unable to get the new stat boosting items, the Power Fruit, Life Fruit, and Stout Fruit. These items will boost PAL's stats when used. So I'm guessing Power Fruit's going to raise attack, Life is going to raise HP, and Stout Fruit for the defense. So the next thing is really exciting to me. We have a new passive called Mercy. So you can go to the vendor in the desert settlement and buy a Ring of Mercy. That's how I got this one. This is going to make it to where you cannot kill anything. So this is going to be amazing for running around and catching pals. You can shoot them down to 1 HP and throw your sphere without ever worrying about killing them. Let's test it here on this level 40 Fangalope. Gonna go ahead and... Yep, it's down to 1 HP. I cannot deal more damage to it. It's just leaving it at 1 HP. So making it as easy as possible for me to catch it. This is also a passive that your pals have a chance of having when you catch them. It's going to be really nice to catch a pal who has this and then use them to fight a boss with you, and they can't accidentally kill the pal outright. A new undershirt was added, which gives you 1 of heat resistance and 1 of cold resistance. This also, I'm sure you can find it in chests, but it can be purchased from the desert vendor. So back at the base, when you hit level 36, there's a new electric egg incubator. This is kind of expensive, requires 50 refined ingots, 15 circuit boards, 10 sieve parts, and 5 ancient cores. I don't know what those are yet. I'm guessing they're going to be dropped by the new raid boss, Bellanoir, but we're going to have to wait and see. But it is new, it's in the game. I'm not going to get it yet because I only have 7 ancient tech points, and I want to get some of the other stuff to test out. And the last thing for new content, we have the ore mining site. I am so happy this has been added to the game. You no longer have to have a dedicated ore mining base. You are still going to have to go out and get your own coal for making refined ingots, but at least now you can infinitely produce ore at all of your bases. So that is here on the first page of the production slot, and we are going to go ahead and slap it down right here so my pals can get to work. Moving right along, we have some update to pals. First of all, Calypsy now is capable of grazing and dropping pal fluids. Also, Damud is capable of grazing and dropping high quality pal oil. You don't have to run around and murder pals to get these items anymore. It is so nice. This is really a big one for any of the pal pacifists out there playing the game. So next, the Serpent Terra has been given a new passive. Well, in the team, the Serpent Terra helps carry supplies, decreasing the weight of ores in the player's inventory. The amount of ore dropped while riding an Astegon is increased. So as long as you have an Astegon as your mount and like 4 Serpent Terras in your party, you could go and get a massive amount of ore. So as usual, when you mine some ore, you get 40 is what it's supposed to be. Let's test that real quick. So yeah, there on the left side of the screen, 40 ore. Now if I mount an Astegon and I have him mine it, I got 80 ore. So it's double having Astegon as your mount. That's actually really nice. Double is more than I expected, and that is definitely worthwhile. And then you can carry more if you get a bunch of the Serpent Terras on your team. So with no Serpent Terras, this ore is weighing 960, and my carry weight is 1,475. If I grab 1 Serpent Terra, it goes down to 1,379. And then if I grab a second Serpent Terra, it goes down even more to 1,282. So yeah, it does stack, and it's definitely good. Like for quick mining trips, grab an Astegon, 4 Serpent Terras, and you're good to go. Our next change was to the PAL condenser. So now, let's say I want to condense my Anubis. Instead of having to click between every round, I can put in 4, and then I can put in 16. And yes, you still have to manually click them all, but you basically have to, you can skip the step of clicking down here. So I can't currently show this next change, but negative PAL statuses will now be resolved after spending time in a PAL box. further making medicine crafting pointless. So yeah, instead of now crafting medicine, you just put them in the PAL box and they get rid of whatever is ailing them. So next, let's talk about the UI changes. So while holding G or whatever the button is for you to throw a PAL sphere, it will show how many have been captured. Specifically, if you've hit that 10 mark yet, you can see it there above the back bonus. It says 10 out of 10 captured. So this next one I don't actually understand yet. It says you can check the cooldown for partner skills on the main screen. I don't know what the main screen is, but if I use the Jet Dragon to do his partner skill, let's get it all cooled down fully. I don't know what the main screen is. So like, I don't see his cooldowns here. Let me pull him out. No signs of the cooldown here. If I go to the party screen, I don't see his cooldown here. I'm not sure what the main screen is. So, yeah, and if we pull him back out, he should still be on cooldown. Or he's not on cooldown. Oh, okay, now it's done. Oh, now I can see his cooldown there under his thing in the bottom left corner. Okay, I just didn't use all the rockets. That's why it didn't show me the cooldown yet. That's nice. I like that. That is a nice change, so you know when to swap. I just wish you could see it without rotating through. But I guess I could throw Max out and then have Jet Dragon hovered, and I can watch his cooldown and then know it's time to swap to him and use his ability. So next, any equipment or items that you haven't unlocked yet, you can actually see how much damage they do before you unlock them. So here in the case of the frag grenade, it does 750 damage. You wouldn't have been able to see that before. Or the handgun, attack 250, you weren't able to see that before. And as you've probably noticed in the top right corner, the tutorial has been renamed The Journey and has new stuff. As you can see here, I never crafted the Fox Sparks harness, so it's showing me that as my next part of my journey. And then the two bosses that, well, I did capture them, I never actually defeated them and cleared the tower, so it's showing up on my journey. So now the journey kind of is all-encompassing in showing everything there is to do. The literal next patch note would have solved that for me. I can now turn off displaying the journey and getting rid of that from the top of my screen. There we go. Perfect. You can also get rid of You can also get rid of damage numbers now or make them smaller. I think I'm going to set mine to like 0.7, and yeah, now they're smaller. And the maximum damage display count, so the numbers disappear quicker, I guess we could put that down to 5. See how that looks. There's also a new sleeping emote, which is really funny because your character just falls down. Yeah, new emote. Let's talk about base changes. You can now allow and disallow certain work for base pals at the monitoring stand. So this is definitely something that's going to be min-max. Like, people are going to come up with crazy ways to, you know, maximize efficiency at the base. But here is that screen. You've probably seen some teases for this on Twitter. Or a better example, this Demud here is capable of watering crops, mining, and laying items in the and creating high quality pal oil. So I don't want them to ever water plants, mine, or transport items. They exist solely to produce pal oil for me. Same with the Calypsy. All I want you to do is make pal oil. And next, they added chest settings. So you can now go in and decide what type of items can be placed in here. And I really like this because I want to be able to just like make a storage system to where only specific things are in there. And sometimes it frustrates me when pals put items in there that don't belong. This in particular is a good example. There is a pal sphere that spawns here, and a pal will randomly walk over, grab it, and put it in this chest. I don't want it in here because this is only for the fruit that I hoard and never use. So I could go ahead and do the chest settings to only have skill fruits and remove literally everything else. So uncheck all skill fruits. And now I don't need to worry about pals putting items in here that aren't skill fruits. Perfect. When crafting items, you can now check this box down here, which will allow pals to come and remove these items and put them in your storage so they become available to you. So if we check that box and hit start production, I'm curious if the box will be checked on the next item I go to use. No, so you have to manually click that every time, which is kind of sad, but it's a good change that I like, and I do hope that they could add it so it remembers what you last checked, so it stays there. At level 24, you gain access to the antique dresser, which will allow you to redo your character. You can edit your appearance. They've also improved building. So you can now connect stairs facing upwards, which I don't exactly know what that means, but if we rotate it, I don't know what that means, but apparently stairs are less buggy, which I do remember them being difficult to place. They added a minimum heat and cold resistance level 1 to armors, so now my heat resistant PAL armor has cold resistance 1, which means that all I need now to have full protection is a thermal undershirt and a multi-climate undershirt, or 2 multi-climate shirts could do the trick too, but I have no resistances to worry about now. They made it so instead of having to sit here and hold F for a long time, it's about half the time now, which is appreciated because it was too long before. So they added more legendary blueprints. That will require some testing to figure out exactly which ones were updated, but it's cool to know that there are more legendary weapons in the game now. So over here at the very start of the game, the Plateau of Beginnings, your character typically spawns somewhere over here, and then you run out and greet the world. They added this rock formation here to prevent players from wandering down here at the start of the game and getting lost or stuck. Which is nice, but at the same time, I could still jump down here and get stuck, and now I'm more stuck because I can't climb up and walk through there. And what if I just started my game, looked down, saw a chest, went, ooh, piece of candy, and grabbed it, and now I'm stuck down here. Because I doubt at the start of the game you'll have enough, I guess you could have enough stamina to get up there, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about adding the rocks here. It kind of just like makes it so you can be more stuck than before, in my opinion. There's no way that I know of to get rid of these rocks. And now if you have a PAL that increases your attack power, it used to be a 2 times increase in attack. They reduced it to only 1.2 times. So big nerf to those partner skills. A really cool change is eggs now have a small chance to produce an alpha PAL, meaning you can get boss souls from eggs now. Flying pals are immune to fall damage, and thankfully so still are mounts. But what that means by flying pals immune to fall damage, you can no longer cheese the jet dragon fight by making it take fall damage and killing it easily early. Shop prices have been adjusted. I don't remember what the old prices were, but I do feel like assault rifle ammo has gone up, and shotgun shells definitely have gone up. I feel like all the ammo used to be the same price, but I could be wrong on that. I don't really know how they've been adjusted, but it's in the patch notes. And the last thing, they left a note for us at the bottom of the patch notes. We are planning a larger, more content-packed update for summer 2024. Enjoy never-before-seen scenery and thrilling adventures on a new island home to many new pals. In addition, we plan to add a large amount of new content, including new buildings, weapon, and tower bosses. Thank you for your continued support of Palworld. I am so excited to hear that they have a big summer content patch planned for us. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So that is the patch notes done. It is finally time to talk about the new raid boss. Now, all you need to do is go around to chests, and eventually you will get the new Bellanoir's slab fragments. And it requires 4 of those to craft into a tablet, or a slab, sorry. So this can be crafted at any of the workbenches. Here I have a primitive workbench, you can craft it, or over here at a product assembly line, down here at the bottom, there it is. So we're going to start production and throw out our Anubis, see how quickly they craft this. Very quickly. So go ahead and acquire that. So we now have our first tablet. So in this fight, all of my base pals are going to contribute in the action. And I'm a little worried that things are going to get destroyed, but we're going to see. So all I do is come over here, and it says summon powerful slab, pal slab required. So where did my, there it is. We'll put that in, and all I do is press C to summon. If you summon a powerful base at your pal, there's a chance that all structures in your base will be destroyed and all pals on base will become incapacitated. Proceed with the summoning. Yes. So I'm going to be doing this fight. Ooh, nice animation. Ooh, there she is. Bellanoir. Now I can't capture her, but let's go ahead and use my legendary assault rifle and see what the damage is like. So I am on completely vanilla normal settings. This is not boosted in any way, so this is kind of what you can expect. Where did she go? Dang. I'm really worried that she's going to be damaging my base, and I feel like the other pals are blocking my shots. Yeah, they are. They're blocking my shots. Dang, look at this. They are huge. It's really sad you can't capture this pal. It said that raid bosses can't be captured. Man, how much damage are they doing to my base items, I wonder? Oh yeah, look, my throwing spears, yeah, it does nothing. So what does it say? New pal capture rate 0. I'm sure someone's gonna find a way to capture this pal. Someone's gonna find a glitch. But they do drop an egg, so that's how you get one. I believe they can drop an egg. Man, it is so loud. There's so much going on. I wonder if my base is getting damaged. Ooh, big tornado. Big tornadoes. Oh no! They actually are taking out parts of my base. I need to kill her quickly. Get out of my way, pals. I wish I could be taller. Get out of the way, Grisbolt. I think she was stunned there for a bit. So it is definitely best to do this at a base you don't care about. Don't do it at your main base. This is a mistake. Good. We pushed her out of the base, so I do really like that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where'd they go? Okay, they're low. Only 1k health left. Or sorry, 10k health. Down to 5k, 6k. I'll let my pals get the final hit. Come on, finish her off. 200. Come on, a few more hits. And boss eliminated. Twilight Siren. Defeat a summoned Bellanoir. Did I get anything? Okay, I got one Ancient Civ Core. So, in order to craft the electric thing, you have to kill her 5 times. And then I got XL training manuals and a multi-climate undershirt +1. Huge! I now have no things to worry about again. Oh, that is an awesome drop. And then Ancient Civ part. Did I get anything else? No, I already had those. So, yeah, my drops were Ancient Civ Core and a Training Manual XL. 3 of those. Now, let's see the damage. How bad is the damage? Sorry, Bushi. Oh, my word. She destroyed a lot. She actually destroyed a lot. And in the future, I am only going to be fighting the boss out here at the Tree of Life because I do not want my base getting destroyed again. I'm just surprised how much damage they were doing. Thank you all for watching this patch notes video, and I will see you in the next one. My name's Kevel, and goodbye.